everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Rap Podcast in a different format just for this week. We'll be back in studio next week. This is JP Bonilla, and this is Javi over here.
Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, a little bit of a different format, like I said, just a lot of stuff going on. Sorry for no Real Rap last week. A lot of stuff going on there too. Won't get into it, but yeah, we're back this week. Different format. Next week, studio. New studio in the future. That's a big announcement. I might as well put that out there.
Nice.
Trying to set up a studio here. This is actually a little bit of a preview. I'm in the place that we're building the new studio, so um, be sure to check that out in the future. It won't look like this. It'll look a lot more cooler actually, but yeah, that's the first big thing. But anyways, let's get into the news. So sad news to start off the show. Matthew Perry died at 54 this last Saturday. Um, it seems at the moment he drowned in a hot tub. Uh, yeah, very sad news. He was best known for Friends as Chandler Bing. Um, been in a lot of movies as well, like 17 Again, and others. And yeah, pretty sad news to hear.
Very shocking. When I found out about it, I saw it on Instagram. I was like, what? Like
Hmm.
it was very insane and bizarre because Matthew Perry, his character Chandler Bing on Friends was very iconic,
Oh yeah.
and he's was best known for his one-liner jokes, his sarcasm, wit, and he played the character so well. And Friends is still very popular to this day. I mean, constantly they're always showing reruns on TV just about every day, and it's a show that different generations always come across. And I was one of them too. I mean, basically watched the whole series of Friends like when I was like 20, and it's very sad and shocking. And he had just wrote a memoir too about a year ago. Around this time last year, a year ago, he was promoting it too. And I remember seeing him promoting it and seeing him on like on talk shows and on the news talking about it. So it is very sad and shocking. I know he did have some struggles and he was very open about his struggles.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's very shocking. And he was a big part of American pop culture with Chandler Bing and Friends. So it's very sad to see uh, a big television star like that pass away. And like you said too, he was in movies too. 17 Again, The Whole Nine Yards, Fools and Rush,
Did
Saving Sarah. I mean, he
a
had a
lot of
couple
movies.
roles. Yeah, so it's very shocking and sad to hear about his passing for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, very sad. I don't know. It's just especially like that dude, like out of nowhere.
I
Just
know, yeah, just
wow.
out of nowhere and with Friends, like I said earlier, it's still a
Yeah,
very popular show. People are still watching it, still
I watched
talking about it to
every
this
single
day.
episode.
And it's just very shocking and just out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, just condolences to his family, his dad and mom. Yeah, just it's sad, dude. It really is, just I always watch Friends after high school.
Mhm.
I'd watch the reruns on TV just because, it was on and everything. And I enjoyed that show a lot.
Yeah, it was great. It was a
Very
great
iconic
comfort
show.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always on TBS. It still is always on TBS.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always
You
on
can never miss it.
TBS. Yeah, Nick at Night too. They do reruns
Yeah.
of it. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's everywhere.
Friends. Yeah, everywhere, and even
It's on your
every
local
time.
TV stations
Yeah,
too
exactly. Yeah, like the
for
CW, and
syndication.
every time too when I pop into Max or something, like the first thing
Yeah.
that they recommend is Friends, and yeah, it's sad. And I have the Friends poster too up on my wall, and it's yeah, it's very sad and like I said, just shocking.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. It's just oh man.
but he left
Anyways,
but he definitely left behind a legacy, that
yeah.
lasts forever with his iconic character Chandler and then his book that he just published a year ago. So if people
Oh
are
yeah.
interested, they could always read his biography, his autobiography,
Yeah.
or they could enjoy some Friends. I mean, Friends will always be there. That show will always be there. So yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So rest in peace, Matthew Perry. Thank you for everything you've done. And just it's a shame, man, to see you gone.
it is.
Yeah. Let's lift up some spirits though. Because, That's we start off with the sad news, and then we're gonna go to even more sad news, actually, but not in a in a way. That one is where we get actually sad about losing someone. But now this is sad news, as in the MCU is uh in a weird situation at the moment. Type of news. That's a bad transition. I transitioned from there badly, man. That I don't know. I didn't know how to go through that. I'm sorry, everyone. uh, so the MCU is kind of looking like it's in a little bit of trouble. There was a article from Variety. I'm not sure if you saw, Javi. Um, but it looks like there's like a lot of ideas like thrown around. Um, it seems like it's just a mess right now, Marvel Studios as a whole, because you have everything with Jonathan Majors going on.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that is true. Yeah.
yeah, they had like a gathering at Palm Springs apparently, and they discussed backup plans. One of the dumbest things I heard was that they were gonna pivot from But I mean, like the backup plan, they had an idea of pivoting from King to Doctor Doom, which I love Doctor Doom. But you
Mhm.
build him up, you don't rush him, man. Like it is not
Takes
looking,
time. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want
yeah,
to slap it all together. Yeah.
yeah. It's not looking good there. I don't like that idea. You did Kang, you stick with Kang. Like if you want to do Doom, you do it from the beginning. And
Yeah.
I want Doom to have enough, screen time, enough build up because he's an Avengers level threat. Like, of course, you know, he starts up as a Fantastic Four villain. I mean, his rants are with War with Fox. That's why, most people think of him as a Fantastic Four villain. At least probably the casual fans. But if you're a comic book fan, this man is a Avengers level threat. Like he deserves so much more build up than just, oh yeah, guys, here we go. Here's Doctor Doom. Because we couldn't do Kang right. So
Yeah.
because I will say they messed it. It's not even the fact that Jonathan Majors like, is in trouble. It's just the story of Kang and everything has been messy. His introduction, Loki was really cool. But then the second appearance in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was terrible because you had him killed by ants when this man killed Thor apparently. So,
Yeah.
uh it's just a whole mess. Very, very big mess. There just seems to be I feel like they're just so stuck in this thing where they're just pumping out a lot of content that is just messing up a lot of their other content.
I agree.
Apparently, yeah, apparently Blade. There's like mixed rumors. But there was apparently a Blade script that had him as the fourth lead,
Mhm.
but that's been kind of refuted as of late. So we'll see what's happening there. I think what we know about the Blade movie is that there's been a lot of scripts for it because Ali, the lead actor, is not very happy with the progression of the movie, which I don't blame him for. He pitched himself for the movie, and yeah, there's just that whole
It,
movie just seems like a mess.
I know, man, and I was so excited too when I heard that they were
Me
gonna do
too.
Blade, and when they casted him too, I was like, oh yeah, I could definitely see Mahershala Ali as Blade. But yeah, man, it's been a mess with everything, like you mentioned with Jonathan Majors, and then the writer strike too. That's obviously gonna delay because it's really expected they were supposed to come out September of 2024. So, and
Yeah,
it's like in like 10 months from now, which I highly doubt that that's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. It's just so many
yeah.
rewrites with the script, and yeah, it's definitely production is pretty hectic right now with Blade.
hmm It's just so it's just so hectic right now. I just feel like, there's just a lot to do. I mean, a lot to fix with
Yeah,
Marvel at the moment because again, it's just such a mess from top to bottom. We talked about Echo before this podcast and we were really impressed with the trailer and everything. So at least, it's not it's I don't know.
it's not all
And
downhill. Yeah, it looks like
yeah.
putting together some stuff, heading in a different direction. So I think that's what
Yeah.
Marvel kind of needs at the
It's not
moment.
like it's like the DCEU. Like the
Mm.
DCSU is unfixable at this point. Like I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
everyone, but the DCSU, that's where they're restarting because
yeah.
it is unfixable at this point. It is a mess from top to bottom. It is gone, and hopefully James Gunn fix it there. Marvel Studios, like yeah, they're in a rough patch right now, but I think that it's recoverable.
Yeah,
It's pretty
absolutely.
recoverable. Um,
They're
because it's I think they're just at a point where they're just trying to figure it out. They gave us 10 years of quality. There's 11 years of quality.
mm,
There's no taking that away from them.
absolutely.
But it's like they got to figure something out soon because this whole multiverse saga has felt rushed, I will say. And
Yeah,
also the biggest bullet point I forgot to mention, from what I saw over here, they've also considered bringing back the original Avengers to take on Kang,
I did. Yes, I did hear
like
about that.
reviving them and bringing them back.
Which
And
I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
I don't
a
like
part of
it.
me would love to see the Avengers reunite, but then they already had their story. You know what I'm saying? They already had that, and then everything that happened with Endgame. I feel like that was just a perfect way to kind of, end close that chapter. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I mean, a part of me, yes, I would love to see them reunite, but then from story wise, because that's a personal part, but from story wise, it wouldn't make that much sense for them to
yeah.
you know come back. And I mean, I guess if they use the multiverse stuff, but like you said, the multiverse stuff has been a little bit rushed, and I feel like it is I'm kind of over the multiverse stuff. It's kind of been played down a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens. Like,
see, we'll see how it
I
unfolds. I
don't.
mean, I definitely Marvel. I mean, they've been in a little bit shaky spot, but I think in the long
Mhm.
run they'll definitely be all right. I mean, they
Yeah, I
still
think so
have
too.
that. They still have that very big fan base, and they have a couple things coming out. And I think Echo is a good step for them because it's stepping out of their comfort zone, doing a TVMA. So
Mhm.
we'll see how it unfolds. But yeah, but in the long run, they should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's what the Marvel news, guys. We'll see what happens there. It's really interesting. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think they know what's going on. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is the Marvel news at the moment. Also, I forgot to mention there is talks about recasting him too. That was another option that they
you guys.
put
Yeah,
out there. So just put it out there, guys. Like, it's not like there's an option to not get rid of him as king if anything happens. There's that as an option. They've been talking about that there too. But yeah, up next, very, very funny story. Like I said, we start off this podcast with a really sad story, and we're going from one studio mess to another studio mess because HBO bosses use secret fake accounts to troll TV critics.
oh wow,
Why? Because I don't know. I mean, of all the companies, HBO,
I know.
that's
Yeah,
crazy to me. It's not like they, well, let me take back what I said. 99% of the time they don't release bad stuff. They don't. I think most of their programming has been really good.
oh
But
yeah.
once in a while you have that Game of Thrones season 8, or you have The Idol. The
Yeah,
Idol's significantly worse in terms of quality because
yeah,
well, the last season of Game of Thrones was pretty bad. Pretty bad, but you know, um it's yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean,
Why are they using
HBO.
fake accounts? I don't
Yeah,
know.
HBO has been. I mean, I love their program. I mean, like you mentioned, they do have a few misses, but 99% of the time they hit it out of the ballpark. I mean, they've created all these iconic shows over the past
Mhm.
20 plus years, like The Sopranos, The Wire, Game of Thrones. Even The Last
Yeah.
of Us too. I mean, definitely that will fall down at some point as a big HBO show. And yeah, they just have so much shows, but I guess I could see your point though with the Idol. I mean, I think that
Yeah.
definitely
The
took
Idol's bad.
the dab the dab in it, and it was really one of the most shortest HBO shows. I think the Idol only lasted like 6 episodes, and then it got canceled.
Yeah.
So, and I mean Euphoria too. I haven't seen Euphoria, but I know I've heard a lot of buzz about it, and I heard it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I don't I have no idea why they would do that, because a lot of their programming is top quality, and I'm always interested in watching their shows, and I've seen a lot of their series from the pilot to the season finale. So
yeah.
it's puzzling to me.
Yeah, so let's read a little bit from this article, shall we? So
Yeah.
this comes from Rolling Stone. So we start off the article with in June 2020, Casey Bloys, HBO's then president of original programming, needed someone to quote unquote go on a mission. Bloys, who was named HBO's CEO and chairman in October 2022, was irked by a tweet from Vulture TV critic Catherine Van Arendonk. Sorry if I said that name wrong. I'm trying my best. Who had some thoughts about Perry Mason, HBO's series starring Matthew Rice as a private detective turned defense attorney in 1930s LA. The remake of the 1960s show carves out an origin story, sorry, for Mason, showing flashes of him serving in World War One, which Van Arendonk felt was weak storytelling. Days before the series aired on the platform, she subtweeted the series. Dear Prestige TV, she wrote, quote unquote, please find some way to communicate male trauma besides show me a flashback to the hero's memories of trench warfare. Blois was annoyed, according to text messages reviewed by Rolling Stone, and sent Van Arendonk's tweet to Kathleen McCaffrey, HBO's senior VP of drama programming, quote unquote, maybe a Twitter user should tweet that. That's a pretty blithe response to what soldiers legitimately go through on the battlefield, quote quote. He texted, do you have a secret handle? Couldn't we say, especially given that it's D-Day, to dismiss a soldier's experience like that seems pretty disrespectful. That must be answered. Blois was serious. Quote unquote, who can go on a mission? He asked McCaffrey, according to the messages, adding that they need to find a mole at arm's length from the HBO executive team. We just need a random to make the point and make her feel bad. So
What?
oh man, that's a lot. I'm sorry. Just
That is a lot.
reading that, like I was trying my best to not laugh, but here we are, here we are. Like, why is why are you getting so mad about one critic, man?
I
That's
know. One
stupid.
one critic, really. Like,
And
there's always that
later
one
on,
critic too who's always going to review something that's amazing badly. So it's
yeah,
jeez.
and like like at first this was like unconfirmed stuff, or not unconfirmed, it's coming from Rolling Stone, but
Hmm.
like it wasn't confirmed by Blois himself. But later that day, he did confirm it, and he said, quote unquote, he's very sorry for harassing critics on Twitter. It was a very dumb idea. Um, that wasn't the actual quote, but like that's what he said most pretty much. He said it was a very dumb idea. Um, yeah, he is stupid. That's it. He's just stupid. Like, I don't know, man. It's just for one critic, it's like, why? None of your shows are always going to be perfect or anything. It is what it is. You know, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean,
HBO.
yeah, I mean, it's one critic, and there's going to be people who sometimes don't understand, your work. And I mean, yeah, it sucks, but it happens. That doesn't discourage you from continuing to do your work. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's very dumb and bizarre, to be honest.
yeah. This is the most bizarre thing I've probably read on this show. It is really, really bizarre. This is what happens when you have too much money sometimes, man. Like, you're
I
just
agree.
lose touch with the reality. You're out here arguing with critics and Twitter trolls or just people on Twitter who don't like your show. You have too much money. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You're
Yeah.
just out of touch with reality, and you have thin skin to some, people's opinions, and this is a very good example of that because,
Absolutely.
yeah, stupid, absolutely stupid. But yeah, that's like I said, we're only going from, you know, sad news to just studios messing up more. But you know who didn't mess up? 20th Century Studios slash Disney, because yesterday we got a brand new trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Javi,
Yes.
what do you think
Oh,
about it? I know
let's
you saw the
go.
trailer.
Yes, definitely very excited. I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan. I love the recent trilogy that we got with Caesar, with the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes. All great films. So I'm definitely excited to see what they have next. I saw the trailer. It looks really good. The CGI, they always crush it with the apes. They look so realistic. So I'm really excited for it. It comes out Memorial Day too. So like in six
Yeah,
months. So
yeah,
I'm assuming they probably had filmed this probably like a year ago around this time, or maybe like the late summer of 22. So it looks like it's gonna hit right at the kickoff of summer 2024. So really pumped
yeah.
up, really pumped up for it. It's an iconic series that's been going on for what, like 55 years, because I think the first
Honestly,
one,
yeah.
yeah, came out in 1968, the original one.
Hmm.
So this series has been along for a long time, and with the last trilogy that we got with Caesar, very
Yeah,
good. So I'm excited. I'm excited for it. How about
yeah.
you?
So I'm very excited. I love I love the original movies. I
Mhm.
didn't like the Tim Burton one, but I don't think
Oh
anyone
yeah,
did.
yeah, the Mark
Um,
Wahlberg, yeah.
But I loved the last trilogy we had. This is a
Yes,
continuation of that trilogy, by the way. So
correct,
it's
correct.
more of a whatever it'd be after a trilogy. I don't know the word, but
Yeah.
um yeah, Rise. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and it was very very good.
Mhm.
Um and then me and my dad, we watched Dawn and War. We love those movies. Those were
Yes,
great.
Dawn
You
of War
know,
is very good
Matt
too.
Reeves did a great job with the Planet of the Apes series. Just to get to some details about it. At first we were seemed like it. We were told like it'd be based on it'd have Cornelius, who would be the
Anyway,
son of Caesar, but it turns out that it doesn't look like that'd be the case. Um, so I'll read the premise here. Generations after the events of War of the Planet of the Apes. So again, this is a continuation of War, and that whole trilogy, not a reboot or anything. This is a continuation. Many ape clans have emerged in the oasis to which Caesar led his fellow apes, while humans have regressed into a feral state. If you probably saw the trailer, like they're more like Tarzan more than anything at this point.
yeah,
Yeah. When the ape leader Proximus Caesar perverts the teachings of Caesar to enslave other clans in search of the last traces of a secret human technology, the ape Noah embarks on a journey to find freedom alongside a young human woman named May. So the cast includes Owen Teague from It, a couple of names that you probably haven't heard of. There's Kevin Durand, who some might know him for playing Blob in X-Men Origins Wolverine,
oh
who,
yeah, oh, yeah.
totally a very loved and acclaimed movie. Um, and he's had a couple other roles in Smoking Aces, The Butterfly Effect, Resident Evil Retribution, and so on. But I knew that guy from The Blob. That's where I
Yeah,
remember the
same.
most.
X-Men Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also starred in I mean the other actor actually that I want to talk about was William H. Macy, who most of you might know from Shameless
Mhm.
as Frank Gallagher. Um, and then he also played in Mystery Men, Boogie Nights, Fargo, Wild Hogs, and so on. But
Jurassic
most people
Park,
would probably,
third one.
yeah,
He's in the third one. Yeah.
Jurassic Park 3, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but most of them would definitely know him for his role in Shameless as
James.
Frank Gallagher. Because I know a lot of people who have watched Shameless, but yeah, decent cast. I don't really know too many of the people here besides two of them. I don't really know Owen Teague that much, but he's the main character. He's the main character Noah. but he was in It Chapter 1 and 2 as Patrick Hawk Setter. I don't know how to say his name. Lots of hard last names to pronounce. And here, of course, Matt Reeves is not coming back to direct. It's going to be Wes Ball, who directed the Maze Runner movies. The first one was really good. The last two weren't that good. But the one thing I will say about the Maze Runner movies is that they all looked really, really good.
Mhm.
Um, so in terms of directing everything, I think it's going to look absolutely. That trailer looked absolutely beautiful. So I'm not shocked
Yeah,
that
the
Wes Ball's doing
CGI
something that looks
looks
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, very realistic with these apes. They've always done a good job with that. So I'm already ready for it. It's been a
yeah,
while. Like after when I saw War of the Planet of the Apes, which is so good, I was just like, give me more. I want more. And that was a while ago. That came out 2017. So
yeah,
six years old. And then when it comes out, it'll be seven already. Wow, 7 years. Wow. Time
yeah.
flies, man. But really excited for the new one for sure.
Yeah, and producers and the writers of the other three, Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver, are returning, so that's really promising to hear as well.
It's good.
So yeah, different director, but the same people mostly, which is great to hear. They did a really good job with the other trilogy. They didn't direct, I mean, they didn't write War for the Planet of the Apes, but they were the producers. But they did write Rise and Dawn, which are great anyway. So,
Nice.
lots of faith in this movie. Very excited. Looking forward to it heavily.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and yeah, 20th Century Studios has some next year. I will say they got some movies I'm really interested in. This being one of them. They have the other Alien movie that's coming out too. I think personally, 20th Century Studios might have the movies I'm the most interested to next year.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good studio. Speaking of that, they actually added, and I know this was like one of your first reviews on our podcast. They just added Haunting in Venice on
Hell
Hulu.
yeah.
So I definitely want to check that out.
It's
Hopefully,
a good
maybe
movie.
sometime this weekend or early next week. 'Cause I
Yeah,
remember you talking about it, and I know you enjoyed it.
it's a really good movie. I definitely recommend watching it. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to a lot of their movies next year. So that's gonna be cool to see. But yeah, with that, our next piece of news, Euphoria. Speaking of HBO again,
Mhm.
Euphoria has been renewed for another season, but it's not gonna come out till 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit of a while, which makes sense with the actor strike still going
Yeah,
on. This
absolutely.
is just another, you know, another side effect of that.
I feel like I understand. I totally understand with the actor, but I feel like that's such a long time because the first
Mhm.
season came out in 2019, then season
Yeah,
two didn't come out till 2022, so 3 years. So it's going to be another 3 years. Like each season is like 3 years apart, which is
yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, I know, like we mentioned earlier, the a lot of the actors in the show are in their mid to late 20s, but by then you would have think they would have been way out of high school if it was to go by that gap. But yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy. That's why I haven't seen Euphoria yet, because when I watch a series, chances are I'm typically gonna like it. I mean, that's not always the case, but most of the times it is the case. So I wanted to wait till that's why I haven't even seen Euphoria yet. I mean, I've seen like
yeah.
bits and pieces of the first episode, but I haven't fully seen the show. And I know they did a couple of like specials, I think during the pandemic. One
Mhm.
that focused on Zendaya's character Rue, and one focused that on another character. So I think they did some specials like that. So
Yeah.
see how it goes though. But yeah, that's quite a wait. I mean, 3 years to wait for each season. Like, man,
Mhm. Oh yeah. And then we also got Futurama renewed for two more seasons on Hulu.
nice.
And yeah, and then Curb
Futurama.
Your Enthusiasm season 12 will be premiering on HBO in February 2024. So
Oh, really? Wow.
lots of
I'm
lots
excited
of
for that.
TV news.
Have you seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. It's Larry
Yeah.
David. I mean, he's a grumpy man, but at times I could definitely he could be easily relatable to at times. But
Yeah.
Futurama though, so Katie Seagal, who does the voice on Futurama, she's actually going to be in Rhode Island. So I'm hoping
Mm.
to meet her this weekend because I'm a fan of Married with Children. That was one of her
Yeah.
first shows that she did, and she's a television icon. She's been with
Mm.
Married with Children, Eight Simple Rules, Futurama, Sons of Anarchy. You remember that movie from Disney that came out in 1999, Smart House? She was in that
Yeah,
movie.
I remember
Yeah,
that movie.
Smart House. Yeah, so she's been in a lot of stuff. So I'm a fan. So hoping to get a chance to see her and maybe take a photo with her.
Yeah.
Hopefully this weekend.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so exciting, man. Yeah, Rhode Island Comic Con. If you guys are
Yeah.
going, let us know. I won't be there, sadly. I
Yeah.
won't be able to go, but I know Javi will be there. So,
Yeah, I'll do a
um,
recap. I'll do a brief recap next episode.
oh, for
There's also
sure.
going to
Yeah,
be,
I'd love to hear about
dude.
it.
Yeah, they also added to a few more wrestlers. So Rikishi's actually going to be there.
Yes, let's go.
Rikishi, Scott Steiner, and
Mm.
Matt Hardy. They added them.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's hype. Scott
So
Steiner too. My God, man.
yeah. So they put a couple of
Yeah,
wrestlers. Yeah, usually a couple of wrestlers go. But yeah, man, we
yeah.
definitely got to get you at a con sometime. I think you'll love it
Oh
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to go, man. I would really love to go. It'd be cool. I've never been to a con before, so
Yeah, man.
definitely would love to go to one for
Yeah,
sure eventually.
I know. I'll let you know. They got some '90s con, terrific con. So yeah, we'll let you
Hell
know.
yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely set up something. Yeah, and guys, definitely recommend some cons around New England if you were from New England. We'll love to go to more. So, or finally go to some. So yeah. With that said, our last piece of news, we started the show with Matthew Perry, and we'll end it with Matthew Perry. Um, so this is from 8 hours ago. Deadline published the article. The Matthew Perry Foundation has been established to help those struggling with drug and alcohol abuse. It's been established in a memory of the late actor. So, want to put that out there. I know drug and alcohol addiction can be very, very, it's very prominent in the United States, especially. I've seen a lot of people go through it as well. So that's good to see. Uh yeah, again, really, really sad news, and it's nice that they established this in his memory.
That's great.
Um yeah, very, very great. And I want to end the show with that because, it's important, guys, if you know someone who's going through that as well, always be there to support. Even I know it can be really tough and everything, but it's important, to give love and support, and for those going through it, to always get help, to see what could be done about it, just to help get out of such a rough patch. But yeah, that's it for the news today. Um, Today we got a couple of new stuff coming out. We got Priscilla in theaters from A24.
Mhm.
So after the release of Elvis last year, we get Priscilla.
We
You guys
Priscilla.
gotta
Yeah,
catch
we
it
got
on that
Elvis.
Elvis side.
We got his
Yeah.
side of the story. Now we get her side of the story. So are you any interest in seeing Priscilla? Will you be seeing it?
I think I'll try to see it. Yeah.
Try to see.
I could do a review on it, but we'll see. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. He's making his first appearance on here. Shout out to Roscoe.
Let's
You
go.
know, yeah, would love some support from him in the comments. He has a torn ACL, which is why I'm here today. Because I have to go take care of him. So yeah, Roscoe, shout out to him. Hoping to, for a good recovery from his torn ACL.
Absolutely.
Uh, and then, yeah, what else is coming out today? The big thing coming out today, though, besides Priscilla, from Prime Video, Invincible Season 2. I'm not sure if you've ever seen Season 1, Javi, but it's really
Invisible.
good.
I have to check it out. Yeah, I haven't heard of it. Invisible.
Very good show. Yeah, so Season 2 has come out today. Um, and very, very, very anticipated from many people, including myself. I'm a big fan of that first season. It's just absolutely fantastic. J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man. I won't spoil anything for you because you haven't seen it, but very well casted. Everyone in
This
that
is
show
on
is very well
this is on
casted.
Prime. You said Prime Video.
Yeah, Prime Video.
Nice.
Um,
I'll cue it.
Very stacked cast too. It has a very, very stacked cast too. Um, especially for an animated show. Not surprising though, because it's Prime Video. They've been killing it with their superhero shows, man. I haven't watched Gen V, but I've heard great stuff about it. The Boys is the Boys,
Boys, yeah, boys. A lot of good stuff
Um,
about the boys. I heard.
yeah, like lots of good stuff, and yeah, the cast for Invincible is Stephen Young, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, Walton Goggins, Seth Rogen.
Nice, nice. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
Mark
guy.
Hamill, Clancy Brown, and I can keep going. Zazie Beats, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, John Hamm. It's a very stacked cast, dude. Very, very stacked cast. I can keep going on and on. Ezra Miller's also in the show, but I don't think he's gonna come back. I don't know if they. I haven't seen the episode today. Um, but I doubt he's coming back. At all. Well, he's been a guest on there before. But yeah, that's I think that's it for things that are coming out this week. Um, so with that said, guys, I think this is where we finish the podcast. Probably a bit of a short one this week. But we appreciate y'all being here again. Sorry for the setup today. Usually different, but I can't wait to show you guys this future studio that we got because I got lots of plans for it. We're gonna start doing some gaming stuff in the future when this is all said and done. Um, be sure to check out my future Spider-Man 2 review. I just finished a game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's gonna be coming out within the next week. I hope to have it done. So that will be done. I might have a real rap reviews on Priscilla. I'm gonna check out Freelance because I heard it's a really bad movie. So I
Yeah.
love checking out bad movies. So I will be watching
Just with
that.
John Cena, freelance.
Yeah.
And be
I'll be
aware, man,
checking
because
that
I
out.
heard it has a 0 on Rotten
It's a 0
Tomatoes.
on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, oh man, that's terrible. And I will be watching it. I mean, I already paid for it. I have AMC A list, so
Oh, okay, so
let's
yeah,
go. Let's go
check
and
it
get that popcorn and watch a god awful movie. And yeah, I'll check out Priscilla. But Spider-Man 2 will be my main focus because I really want to review that game. I just have a couple of stuff to figure out. And then if it hasn't been released yet, be sure to check out our trailer reaction for Echo.
Yes, definitely check that out. All right, guys, that's it for the Real Rap podcast. Unfortunately, I think JP's laptop shut down, some technical difficulties. So bear with us. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time on the Real Rap podcast.
No one ever cared what you said, but to say that means never listening to what mom say. Always had a dream on moving out my mom's place. Always hesitate when it came to putting on the wrong face. When it came to putting it on face. When it came to building up a better being, but a better being. Never been in the back of your thoughts. Never ever thought you'd ever see them, but I bet that you were heated, but you scream in the back of your thoughts. Nightmares and dreams in the back of your thoughts. Life with a meaning.